We're back on NFL Fantasy Live. The 2024 season almost here, and single game tickets are on sale now. 17 games for all 32 teams. Visit NFL.com/tickets to purchase tickets today. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and Sports Illustrated Tickets, members of the NFL Ticket Network. Looking forward to some 2024 season action, but to do that, we got to go through all our fantasy drafts here on Draft Week, and occasionally there are players that we are not leaving the draft without, whether it's the way the board shakes out or just our personal affinity for those guys. So who are you not leaving your draft without?
I'm going with Drake London, and we saw in our mock draft, the second round, Adam Rank took him and talked about the fact that maybe he can sort of play a Justin Jefferson-type role in this Falcons offense. You look at what he's done the first couple seasons of his career. He's been targeted on more than a quarter of his routes, and according to the guys at Fantasy Points, he's been the first read in about 30% of the passing plays that he's been on the field for Atlanta. Really the focal point of the passing game, and he gets that wonderful quarterback upgrade and having Kirk Cousins there this year as opposed to who he had years past. The other guy that I'm really trying to get, and now mind you, these guys are going fairly close, so a lot of times it's a back-to-back situation, that's going to be Mark Andrews with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't necessarily want to pay the tax to get a Travis Kelce or a Sam Laporta, but you can still get Mark Andrews, who's an elite level tight end, maybe a couple rounds after where those guys are going. Now, before last season, 4 straight years as a top 5 tight end, still averaged about 15 or 13 and a half points rather last year. That would have been tight end 3. Now that the ADP has moved up a little bit, but you're still able to get him at a little more of a discount and know that you can get solid week-to-week production.
As I've been doing my drafts over the weekend and over the last few days, I've noticed more and more I am getting Kyler Murray as my starting quarterback. And to be honest with you, I really like it. I think this is a pretty good option. What we've seen this offseason was that there is a lot of buzz around Anthony Richardson. And I really liked him coming into the draft. In one of the early drafts, I was able to snag him. But after that point, the price just got too rich for me. And I just sat there and I'm like, you know what? I love the idea of Anthony Richardson and the potential, but we could also go out and just draft the guy who's shown that he could do it, that he's done it over a full NFL season, also has Marvin Harrison Jr., also has Trey McBride. I'm like, I'm in. I'll take Kyler Murray at a little bit of a discount and be happy with that. And another receiver that I feel like I'm getting at a discount is Chris Alve, a player that I was very bullish on last season and obviously didn't quite work out to the expectations I had. I expected him to be a top 10 wide receiver, but as you see right there, the numbers on the board are correct. He was the wide receiver 16, but I do believe there's a lot of opportunity. He had 711 unrealized air yards last season, which was the 4th most in the NFL, and I really truly believe with the change at the offensive coordinator, this really could open up this offense. So while everybody's sort of stung by what happened last season with Chris Olave, I'm jumping back in.
I am not leaving my draft without another wide receiver, right? It's Cooper Kupp, and I realized that we just did a draft where I left without him, but I'm drafting for multiple teams there, so that's going to be my excuse. From week
You and Marcus did the same thing. Like, hey, I love Drake London. I'll take Derrick Henry.
You just got sniped. You got sniped by a very talented sniper. And Cooper Kupp, of course, very talented wide receiver from weeks 13 through 18. He was top 12 in all of football. You think it was a down year? The finish was not down for Cooper Kupp, I still believe. And also, Rank, it was me. It was me who put Josh Jacobs in that particular position.
What?
Because I believe in Josh Jacobs. Last year, the second most rushing opportunities. The offense was bad. The coach got fired. Jimmy Garoppolo's career, everybody realized, like, wait a minute, this isn't working. Devontae was in shambles, but he was still getting all the targets. It was a bad situation. He's on a much better offense. He's going to be a key player on this offense.
You better take him in our league.
I will.
The NFL Fantasy Live League. I need you to take him 2nd round.
I need you to not take him, knowing that I'm going to take him.
Trust me.
All right.
I will not be making that selection.